Hello. In today's video, we're going to go over a high base rail section. Remember to use the proper PPE and your lockout tagout for the trailer before beginning any repairs. Please refer to Service Bulletin 7751. It explains the procedure to splice high base bottom rails for Great Dane, Hyundai, Stoughton, and Wabash. It also gives important information on special tools that are required as well as parts requirements. Begin by assessing the damage and supporting the trailer properly. You're going to want to take your before pictures and determine where you're going to section the rail. Please refer to Service Bulletin 7751 for further detail on that. Go ahead and mark where your cut will be made between the cross members. Next, shear off the rivet heads and punch the remainder of the rivet through the hole. Go ahead and remove the skid plate and the Torx bolts. You're going to need a 9/16 wrench, a T40 or 45 Torx bit. On the inside of the trailer, shear off the rivet heads and punch them through with a tapered bit. Be mindful and take care when punching out rivets not to widen the panel holes. You may have to cross-cut the bolt heads that won't come out easily with the die grinder. Then go ahead and air hammer them off with a chisel bit. At the area you're going to cut, use a pry bar to keep air lines and electrical lines out of the way. Then go ahead and make your cut from the bottom to the top. Don't cut into the panel. A sawzall will be needed for close to the panel cut, and for the inside bottom cut into the wood, approximately 1/2 inch. That will help free the high base rail, so it can be removed from the bottom and it can be slid back some from under the radius in the up front corner. Clean any debris in the flooring and inspect the cross members and end plates. Damaged end plates will need repaired or replaced. You can remove the damaged end plates and weld in the new end plates. These were fabricated from steel flat stock. Now that you have your new materials, measure and cut the new section of high base rail to an exact fit. Also cut away material just the same as what was removed originally from the factory, and grind smooth for a proper fit. At this time, secure air and electrical lines so they don't get pinched. Inside the trailer, use a load jack to help panels to properly seat on the high base rail. Once seated, ensure that there are no pinched lines under the high base rail. Clamp the high base rail into place and fasten it to the cross members. Remember, using a hole finder tool and a reamer bit helps this process. Now fabricate a piece of aluminum 24 inches long for a splice plate that you can insert to the inside between the panel and the top of the high base rail, as seen here, prior to drilling. With a piece of aluminum, fabricate the correct splice plate size for your trailer. Also, you'll fabricate and install your top plate and your filler plate. Once ground, fit the splice plate and fasten with bolts. Drill your rivet holes and your extra bolt holes in between the cross members depending on the manufacturer. Countersink the inside holes that are below the panel. Buck rivet the splice plate into place. Then drill out your panel holes with a 1/4 inch drill bit and buck rivet all remaining holes with the correct length rivets. Sikaflex around the splice plate and areas that also needed sealed. Install your decals and remember to take your after pics.